What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again, guys, in the 2025 Chase Elliott Kelley Blue Book Chevrolet here in the studio. Let's go ahead and check it. And here we go, folks, with today's Diecast review out of, well, off the rotating base. And how about this car? Finally, it found victory lane. In 2025 at the Kansas playoff race, Chase Elliott parked it in victory lane, this paint scheme. He did win with KBB back in 2020. If you remember, there was like a 300-mile Charlotte race that he won. So anyways, here is the 2025 edition of the paint scheme. It's officially just called the Kelley Blue Book Chevrolet. It'll be really cool to compare this one to the raced win of the Kansas win, Diecast, whenever that comes out. Hopefully it does get made. But anyways, let's go ahead and get the car out of the box. And the Diecast out of the box here, fellas, and take a gander at this car here. Now, I want to say the blue on the car, low-key, is actually a little bit brighter than maybe the last year's edition of this paint scheme. That's just from my perspective. I might be a little bit tripping on that one. But anyways, let's go to the front of the Diecast here. So the whole paint scheme honestly has a very retro vibe to it. It reminds me a lot of the Darlington throwback cars, the pinstriping of it kind of wrapped around the entire car. You have Kelley Blue Book with a little ribbon right there on the hood. Then you have the ribbon that kind of goes across the car. A little bit reminiscent of the traditional Camaro stripes from the late 60s and the 70s. You have Elliott right there with the Chevrolet bow tie. Kelley Blue Book official guide. Go to the front of the Diecast here. You have the number 9 with Sunoco on both sides. Very similar to his 2024 and 2025 Napa cars. And I want to say this paint scheme has been around since 2022. So in a way, this car, I think, heavily inspired the Napa car that he runs each week. Or not each week, but most of the time. Got Hendrick Motorsports right there on the front. And we go here to the left side of the Diecast here. Of course, pick this up from our good friends over there at Circle B Diecast. Make sure to tap in, fellas. Pick up all your Chase Elliott Diecast. Raced wins. They got all his cup cars over there. They probably even got some amazing 124s that you think were out of stock. I've seen a couple of them. That one of them was like I think it was a 2018 Mountain Dew 124. I couldn't believe that thing was still in stock. So look around. You never know what they have over there. Go ahead and tap in, fellas. Got Cup Series right there with the Goodyear decal. Got the number 9 with the Kelley Blue Book official guide. Got Prime Coca-Cola Unifirst Lumar. Does remind me of the Prime car a lot, even though this one is definitely more of a baby blue, and I think the Prime car is a little bit more like a periwinkle blue. Maybe I'm a little bit off on that. Not a perfect match, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. KBB.com, Napa Auto Parts, you do have the yellow striping around it. Again, it's kind of a retro vibe to it, you know. I do wish they would have made a new car, though, for 2025 or 2024. They tend to make a new Napa car each year. The Lumar car has been changing a bunch. Even the Unifirst car as well. So I kind of wish they would have changed it up, in my honest opinion. Got Chase Elliott right there. Got the B-Post decal with Chevrolet exalts the Cincinnati Industries. Freightliner Mac Tools Simeons. Go over to the back panel of the Diecast. I like this, though. The dark blue looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of that 2020 car when the whole car was like really dark blue. I want to say it might have been metallic blue on track. Not sure. I know the gold was metallic because the front end of the car had like some gold on it. KBB.com, the trusted resource. Chevrolet with the number 9. Got Valvoline Z01. And you go over here to the right side of the Diecast here. And again, when I talk about the Kansas win, I'm really interested to see all the differences, because when we get the raced win Diecast and we have the normal versions of it, nowadays the Diecast renders are so accurate to the cars on track because the Diecast released so late. You know, from the short term, it's unfortunate, right? But in terms of long-term collecting, it's actually fantastic, because when they're a little bit slower to the Diecast releases and the pre-order process and all that, good jazz, takes a while, it usually means the Diecasts are going to end up verbatim, probably within 95 to 100% accuracy to the real car. So, in short terms, the actual standard clean paint schemes end up actually being very, very, very close to the raced win liveries, which is really cool. So, if you want to have like a comparison of the raced win and then the standard one, they're going to match up pretty cool, except for like the playoff logos and the confetti, which I think really looks nice on a collection display. At the top of the diecast here, you have the inverted number 9 with the blue on the door, and then you have the white number on the top. Got KBB.com right there on the roof of the car with Elliott on the back window. Notice the 2 shark fins, so that's something different than the previous year's cars. You got something on the deck lid there. I don't know what that was. You do see a little bit of a paint chip there. It might be inside the car. I'm not sure. It probably will, come off pretty easily. I don't know why there's a outlining to the parts. I'm guessing because it has color. The auto is in white ink. The parts is in the yellow kind of goldish color. Not really sure why that has an outlining, because you can see clearly like the Illumar decal, the Prime decal, the Napa decal. I have no earthly idea. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I have no idea why that has kind of a goofy outlining to it. So my honest opinion on it, I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. Out of all the Chase Elliott paint schemes, this is definitely probably the lowest out of all of them, in my honest opinion. I love his 2020 and 2021 edition of the KBB cars. I really wish they would go back to that. But now that he kind of won a race in it, it's I don't know, it kind of makes it a little bit more interesting, because that car is probably going to have a ton of confetti on there, and then the playoff logo. So that one's probably going to be the best version of this paint scheme, the race to win. But I do wish they would change it up. I mean, they ran the same car last 3 or 4 years. Not really a fan of it, especially when you look how cool the Napa car looks like. The Illumar car for 2025, an absolute slam dunk. Even the Unifirst primary, or not primary, but the normal non-Darlington paint scheme, that one fantastic as well. So I really hope for 2026 they do a complete rebrand of the paint scheme itself. You could use the same colors, but I really want to see a new one. So that's my honest take on it. It's not my favorite KBB car for sure, but you know what? With him winning that race in it, I guess it does make it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to show a whole bunch of fantastic cars that just recently dropped. You're going to love these things, man. Let me tell you. How about this one? Tyler Reddick, first Jordan car for 2025, I believe. That's the Jordan brand white, which I want to say was the unbannable car or something. Anyways, Darlington throwbacks are here. Check this out. Jeff Gordon 2015 Darlington throwback. It ran in 2025. How about this one right here, fellas? Probably the coolest diecast release, maybe of the year. The first ever quote-unquote Hayek Motorsports diecast made, which basically JTG Doherty Racing without Kroger. That diecast right there has me geeked up probably more than any other car except for the Red Bull cars. I'm not even going to hold you on that one. Then we still have the Michael McDowell, the Josh Berry first diecast releases. Get this, there's 5 different Josh Berry 2025 diecasts getting made in the 164 scale. I'm not even kidding you. You have the I think it's the Arrow. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like a dark blue car. They have that one. Darlington throwback. The primary Quaker State Quick Lane car. Then you have this one, which is officially called the Motorcraft Backseater, which is like an alternate. So that's 4, I believe, there. And then the Las Vegas Race to Win. So that's 5. We're probably going to end up getting another one. So my point is, if you're a Josh Berry fan, I mean, literally, you're going to get 5, maybe 6 diecasts produced in 2025. Just absolutely bananas for a driver, that kind of just showed up out of nowhere in the Cup Series, right? He hasn't had 10 years in the Cup Series. Granted, he's popular, but I love that. I love when we see drivers get a ton of paint schemes made. So that's all for now. If you're getting the Kansas one, I would highly, highly recommend picking up this one as well, so you can have both of them in your collection. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecastbuffet signing off.